What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. We talk facts over feelings here. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Show. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, man. Follow us on Instagram, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. We're here to talk about this national championship game. I finished eating dinner, finished chopping it up. I'm still at my mother's house. I got my computer. I got to do a video. Well, I got to do 2 videos, technically. Two. And I got my complaining ass sons next to me, whining because they want to go play video games, play that stupid ass game called Fortnite that I don't understand why these kids play, but they're weird. I can't help that they're weird. They don't play Madden. They don't play 2K. They play Fortnite. Oh, and they're getting mad, but they'd rather play Fortnite. I don't give a damn. Anyhow, they want to go play Fortnite. So listen here, folks. This is been a one heck of a day. We had an amazing national championship game. I think everybody from South Carolina would agree. It was an unbelievable basketball game because that is what you told me on Friday when you saw a very, very similar defensive dominance from one team to another, as y'all were so quick to tell me. But, you know, UCLA, national champions, 79-51 over South Carolina. Certifiable belt to ass. Let me repeat that. Certifiable belt to ass. Let's sing it wrong. Belt to ass. Belt to ass. That's right. It was belt to ass, baby. Lauren Betts named most outstanding player of the Final Four. Gabriela Jaquez gave her a run for her money, though, because Gabriela Jaquez was a pit bull looking like Jaime Jaquez out there. Balling 21 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. The girl goes for a double-double, hitting buckets. She made her statement felt early. I told y'all in my preview, I said one of these guards is going to go off. And it was Gabriela Jaquez. She came in there ready to roll. And I said it'll be Gabriela Jaquez if I had a feeling. And she balled out. Incredible performance. Active, aggressive, physical. She brought it to South Carolina. Lauren Betts defensively made life very, very difficult for South Carolina. I am not a hypocrite, so I will tell you, South Carolina missed a lot of bunnies. They missed a lot of bunnies. But, you know, when UConn did it, it was the great defense. But when, you know, South Carolina did it, it's South Carolina just missed bunnies, right? They missed bunnies. Joyce Edwards missed a point-blank fast break layup off the front of the rim. They were missing shots. They could not throw the ball into the ocean. The only player that showed up even halfway really was Tessa Johnson. Agat McKeer came off the bench. She did have 11. Johnson, I believe, had 14. But realistically, man, this was a certifiable destruction. Joyce Edwards only had 8 points. Medina Okot had 6 and only 3 rebounds. Again, your job is to rebound. You're 6'6", and you had 3 rebounds. She only played 13 minutes, though. Tessa Johnson had 14. Tania Latson was completely missing in action. I had a bad feeling for her that because she played well in the last game, that they would somehow find a way to not make her a focal point of the offense. And that's exactly what happened. She had 4 points. She was 1 of 5, basically invisible. Raven Johnson. Oh, my God. Raven Johnson, the superstar. The superstar. 3 points, 1 of 7, 3 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 0 assists. Tell me again about how great Raven Johnson is. She just had the absolute worst Final Four you can possibly imagine for someone who is billed to be some great level of player. I mean, stop it. Stop it. I don't want to hear it. She is who we thought she was. Agat McKeer had 11 off the bench, 3 for 6. And don't worry, I got plenty more smoke for Raven Johnson in a separate video. Mariam Dowda had 3. Maddie McDaniel had 2. They even played a girl by the name of Ayla McDowell. And Alicia Tornabees had 0, but she played. She had 6 rebounds. For UCLA, Lauren Betts goes for 14 points on 6 of 10, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. She had 2 blocks, but she influenced so many shots in this game. She was so hard to score on. There was a stat at one point where they were like 4 of 25 when Lauren Betts was in the game, South Carolina, but 4 of 11 when she was not in the game. She was on the bench for about 6 minutes of the first half because of some throat situation she had going on. Don't really know what it was, but they kept putting the foot on the gas. Gianna Nipkins, who was from Utah last year, she finished with 15. A lot of her damage was late. She had a decent game, but she had a bank three-point shot that was kind of a prayer. It kind of gave you an idea of how this game was going to go. She was 5 of 15, though, but hit three threes. They were 8 of 19 from three. I said in my preview, 7 threes, and UCLA will be in good shape. And that's exactly what happened. Jaquez hit 2. Charlotte Sledger-Walker hit 2. Kiki Rice hit 1. They shot 43% from the field, while South Carolina was held at 29% shooting and 13% from three-point range, 2 of 15. South Carolina did shoot 17 free throws, 2 of 13 for UCLA. UCLA, both teams got called for 17 fouls. UCLA out-rebounded South Carolina 49-37. Offensive boards were 21-17 for UCLA. There was no chance in hell South Carolina could win this basketball game if they did not out-rebound UCLA, and that's exactly what happened here. I did pick UCLA to win 72-65. Clearly, it was a much larger margin than that. Again, I remind all the South Carolina fans who are so quick to come on my channel and in my chat and tell me it was a great defensive performance. I hope you have the same energy about the great defense that we saw today, because, I mean, based on y'all opinions of this, that was great defense, right? No, I thought they played good defense, but South Carolina could not put the ball in the ocean if they were sitting in the middle of on a cruise ship, in the middle of the ocean. Could not put the ball in the hole. And it starts with Raven Johnson. Point guard who can't get anyone involved. A point guard who can't actually make anyone better. But y'all will tell me that she has all these intangibles of success, that she's a winner. That she's a winner. Let me give you a recap. Let me remind you of how many games South Carolina won before Raven Johnson. I'm going to give you pre-Raven Johnson and post-Raven Johnson. Since y'all like to talk about stuff like, you know, she's won 2 national championships. Well, yeah, you ignored the fact that in that season she played 2 games. So, I mean, really, she's won one for one in which she had anything to do with. And again, you will tell me that she shut down Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin Clark had hit her for 41 and 30. But let's go look at the records. This year, 36-4. Last year, 35-4, lost in the national championship. Year before, 38-0, they won the national championship. Year before that, 36-1, they lost to Iowa in the Final Four. Year before that, 35-2, that was a national championship victory. Let's see, how many games did Raven Johnson play again in that season? Oh, this was a team that had Aaliyah Boston, Destiny Henderson, Zaya Cook, Victoria Saxton, Letitia Amhir, Bria Beal, Camila Cardoso, Bree Hall, Sanaya Rivers, and Sonia Fagan. Man, wow, they had a pretty loaded roster. You got 9 WNBA players on that team. And Raven Johnson played 2 games. She played 4 minutes in those games and had 0 points. But you will tell me that she was a critical part of that team, that she's a winner because of that, because they won the championship. Yeah, okay, I understand. You simpleton dudes who have physical attraction to her, you dumb yourselves down and try to create some thing that tells you she's amazing. I understand it. It's the same Angel. It's the Angel Reese disease that these guys have for Angel Reese. Raven Johnson in that national championship played all of 0 minutes. Yeah, she played 0 minutes. So I know she was critical in that game, critical for that team. And then on top of that, again, you guys live in your levels of delusion, but let's continue that. So the year before she got to South Carolina, they were 26-5. They lost in the Final Four. Year before that, they were 32-1. That was COVID year. They didn't have a tournament, so that was tough for them. They did have a 23-10 year, 29-7, 33-4, won the national championship, 33-2, 34-3, 29-5. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you played if you've been on this program since 2013, 14, everybody who's been on this program is a winner. Everybody on this program is a winner. So this whole superlative of she's a winner, give me a break. Give me a break. She's a mediocre player. I told you this over and over again. You don't like it. You don't like truth telling. And I understand that. She had 3 points, 0 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 turnovers. Again, this is your point guard with 0 assists. 0 assists. And you will continue to tell me that I'm crazy. But the game was never close. The game was absolutely never close. It was over in the first quarter. UCLA led 21-10 at the end of one, and it never got close. They jumped out on top real fast. They didn't wait around. They put their foot on the gas. And I'll tell you this, as crazy as it sounds, the coach that I consider the better coach got completely outcoached. Got completely outcoached. The game was 2-0 UCLA. South Carolina tied it 2-2. UCLA went up 4-2, 6-2, 6-3, 6-4, 8-4, 9-4, 11-4, 12-4, 13-4, 13-6, 13-7, 13-10, 16-10, and it ended at 21-10, end of one, and that was the ball game. It never got close. Complete, utter domination. UCLA led by 13 at halftime, 36-23. And they blew South Carolina out of the building in the third quarter. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Oh, my mom's sighing. I'm like, I don't know what's going on over there.
When I can put on my TV.
Oh, no, I'm so very sorry. So it was a 25-9 third quarter, and that game was ball game. It was a 29-point game going into the fourth. The game got into the 30s. UCLA took the dogs off about 5 minutes to go. And Lauren Betts was a dominant presence. Defensively, she made it hard, or she had them thinking she was there, even if she wasn't. And that's how good she was today. There's so many things you can say about this UCLA team. They lost 4 freshmen to the portal last year. They had 1 transfer in Yana Nipkins come in from Utah. Ledger Walker got healthy. She played pretty well today. I mean, they largely played, 5 to 7 players. They went a little deeper on the bench today, but Angela Dugalich was fantastic off the bench. She came in really early because I had concerns about the matchup with Jaquez and Joyce Edwards. Joyce Edwards largely didn't do much of anything. This is not alive. Dugalich played great off the bench. Sienna Betts got 7 minutes. She got 4 rebounds while she was out there. This whole team is gone, though. This is a senior-heavy team. Apparently 100 and some odd points. The last 130 or 40 points have been scored by their seniors. So they're losing everybody. But in this one particular day, I would say that Corey Close outcoached Dawn Staley. Similar to the way Dawn Staley outcoached Gino Auriemma, I thought Corey Close, they were ready to play, and South Carolina thought they could walk on the floor and handle business, and they got the shit kicked out of them. The reality was, if UCLA had played UConn, UCLA probably would have dumpster fired, destroyed UConn as well. And I picked UConn to win. I said that. I did have UCLA in the national championship. UCLA probably would have destroyed UConn too. Last year I had UCLA winning the whole thing, and they got slaughtered. And that was a valuable lesson for them. They learned a valuable, uncomfortable lesson. They finished the year 37-1. The one loss was 7 games in against Texas. They avenged that loss in the Final Four. I do think Texas, had they played South Carolina, probably would have beaten South Carolina also. But UCLA left no doubt. They physically whipped South Carolina. They whipped them. They were faster to the ball. They were more aggressive. You hate saying stuff like they wanted it more because that's such a cliche thing to say, but they played like they wanted it more. And I can't, there was a certain effort level that they played with that South Carolina just couldn't match. And that's what you get sometimes when you have 6 seniors out there. including Dugalich, who really, they don't want to have that feeling of loss again. Now, mind you, both teams lost last year, and South Carolina lost badly in the national championship game to UConn. But this was different. They stopped a 54-game winning streak against UConn on Friday and were on top of the world, and you probably couldn't have told them shit. And I thought off the rip, they had a massive problem in game plan. They should have been pressing UCLA early on. About the only time they put any pressure on UCLA was once UCLA had the game like up in the 20 range. No, they haven't. Sorry, they had it at 15 in the second quarter. They put on some pressure. Like I said, they should press from the beginning like Texas did. They turned them over a couple times, like 3 straight possessions. They turned UCLA over, and they missed 2 easy shots. And UCLA responded and pushed it back up to 15, and that was pretty much it. The game was never in doubt in the third, never in doubt in the fourth. It was a complete belt to ass. Just that simple. Dawn Staley looked unprepared. Dawn Staley looked confused. Her players looked confused. They didn't know what to do. When I saw, the funny thing is Raven Johnson's only basket of the game came on a one-on-one with Lauren Betts. And she hit an 18-footer over Betts. And that was the only shot she hit. Oh, but she did hit another shot right before the end of the first half, except that she dribbled the air out of the ball and did not shoot the ball until the half had expired. And then she made the shot. So that's so Raven. Anyhow, congratulations to UCLA. Incredible performance. They are the best team in the country. I should have known better when they beat Iowa by 51. This team was really good. And they had the most dominating player in the nation, the most physically imposing player in the nation. If Lauren Betts is not the #1 pick in the WNBA draft, then Dallas Wings should be slapped for stupidity, because you just saw today what that player means. She matters on both sides of the court. So that's all I got. I look forward to all the commentary from the South Carolina fans who've got plenty to say about me. I did pick UCLA to win this game. I guess I was right this time. I want to hear what the South Carolina fans got to tell me about Raven Johnson's performance, because she's the leader, right? She's the leader, right? I mean, that's what y'all told me. She is the leader of this unit. Her passion, her energy, her happiness, all the other nods. How about her defense? I thought she was a great defensive player. She got cooked all day. What happened? What happened? Let me know. Like, subscribe, follow. And they're doing their little dance there on the stage, their little cheerleader dance I see in the video on ESPN. Man, they got that for y'all. They're doing their cheerleader dance. Oop, oop, oop. Yeah, the players, they did a cheerleader dance mid-season.
They did it?
They did it. And they did it. They did it.
Video.
They did it in the national championship. Look at that. You can't see it?
Oh, yeah, they had one practice.
So, yeah, that's it, man. Like the video, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Her Game Her Way Women's Basketball. Probably come on now the podcast. Come on now.